Well, outside is pretty much literally hell in terms of temperature. Inside this flat, I pretty much did everything, every task I had. There's no games for Ultra Street Fighter on Evo today. Well, what shall I do? Oh, I have an idea. How about recording the video that I was supposed to record on Wednesday and that is three days late now? No, but seriously, guys, I'm really sorry about that, but, well, real life and university just happened, and so I was not able to do that on Wednesday like I promised on Twitter. I actually did a recording on Wednesday, but it was kind of rushed and I was not happy with the end result, so I decided that I'm just gonna do it from scratch when I have the time to do it. Because, again, I'm really sorry, but I'm a person that instead of releasing something that is only, well, mediocre and that I'm not happy with, I'd rather just delay the release of something and do it right from the get-go. Yeah. So, enough with the excuses, let's get on with the video, which is actually the first one in a series of videos that I'm planning to do on this channel. And I plan to release a video every month of the Expert in a Year challenge I'm currently doing between the 8th and the 15th of a month. Why those two numbers? Well, basically because every single month of the challenge ends at the 8th of the next month, because I started on the 8th of June, so on the 8th of July the first month officially ended, and one of the segments of this video is a recap of the previous month, so I cannot do a recap obviously if the month is not completed. And why before the 15th? Because I'm also doing a segment where I kind of preview my plans for the next month, and I can not do that if the month is already progressing too much, and the 15th is basically when the first week of the next month is finished. So that's why I'm doing it in that time period. There's also gonna be a third segment of the video, but that segment will be only if it is needed, or will be done only if it is needed, because that's an announcement segment where I announce English, come on. Sorry for that one. I'm doing this video pretty much without a script, by the way, so, or I do have a script here, but I did not like learn it in advance or something like that, so please bear with me when I have hiccups or if I pronounce things incorrectly and have to correct myself afterwards. Sorry for that. So again, announcement segments that will cover announcements about the Expert in a Year challenge, but that is not tied to the previous month or the month I'm currently in. So just general announcements. Like, for example, in this video there will be an announcement, but in the next one maybe I have nothing to announce. Yeah, let me see my notes. Yeah, 3 segments, that's okay. Well, then let's continue on to the first segment of this video, which is the recap for month 1 of the challenge, which I'm gonna do now. So, first of all, the general progress for the challenge. Phone, really? Forgot to turn that one off. Sorry about that. Okay, so the progress for last month was slower than I expected it to be, and there's mainly 2 reasons for that. The first one is that I could not keep up with the schedule that I have set out for myself. Before the challenge, I just made up, or not made up, but set myself a goal of reaching 1,700 hours of in-game time in Street Fighter 4. And based off that goal, I calculated how many hours I should have in 1 month, and based off that number, I calculated, or I basically made up a schedule for my practice. And I could not keep up with that schedule. In the first month, I only managed to get around 100 hours of in-game time instead of 140 hours that I was supposed to get. So I'm lacking around 40 hours right now. That's why I could not progress in terms of my mechanical skills and also in terms of my game knowledge as much as I would like to. But I think it's still better this way because if you play some or if you start doing something and you put a lot of time into it from the get-go, like a lot of time, you are prone to getting burnout syndrome because you just are focusing so much on the stuff you have to do inside the game that you at some point you just do not feel like doing it at all. And I did not have this in this month, so I think the number was still okay. Maybe with 140 hours I would have gotten burnout right from the get-go. Yeah. Then the second reason why progress was slow is because I was and I'm actually still scared of playing online, like playing ranked and playing endless online against real opponents, because I simply think that my skill level right now and like my execution are not on the level I need to actually have a fighting chance against them. I'm not talking about like winning or winning most of my games or something, or even winning some games. I'm talking about putting up a fight, because right now or I think I would get stomped into the ground in every single game, and I would have no idea of what to do against it, and I would not be able to do anything of the things that I've learned in training mode or in practice with my practice partner. So that's why I did not play any online games this month, and that's why I also did not progress as much as I wanted to. Also, that's why there is no match footage in this video or no like match highlight videos on the channel yet, but I hope that will change soon. So then, despite the two reasons why the progress was slow, I still get in some decent practice, or I still got in some decent practice. I mean, I had a lot of training sessions with Ed, who's my training partner, and we went through specific like situations in games and matchups and practice things together. And he has been helping me a lot. Really, I would like to thank you to him in this video again for doing this, because without him progress would be even more slow for me right now. I think my execution is actually starting to build up. I think I'm like, from a subjective point of view, I think I'm at 70% of what I want to reach in terms of my raw execution. So it's not that much that is left until I'm at a point where I can say I'm executing stuff well enough to play against online opponents. I'm also started, or I've also started to read the Footsie's Handbook, even though this is kind of advanced stuff for me right now. I think I kind of read through the first chapter of it, and the first couple of concepts they're really understandable and they seem logical to me, but at the same time it's really like difficult to apply them in my own games, so I'm struggling with that one right now, but I'm trying to get better at it. Okay, so that's the recap part. Yes. So that's basically it for the recap of the first month. So I was not able to practice as much as I wanted to, and I also did not play online matches, which is bad. But at the same time, good points were that I actually started to do something, and I think I'm improving gradually. Maybe not as fast as I would like to improve, but well, what can I do? So, preview for the second month, which is the second topic of this video. Yeah, let's start with that one. So, basically more execution practice, because I still need to learn a lot of mechanical stuff inside the game. And I want to focus more on like more complex mechanics like fireball combos and in general my fireball game, because I'm not really focusing on that one at all right now. All my combos that I'm doing currently do not involve fireballs. Also FADC combos or FADCing in general, because I just am not doing that at all right now. And usage of the Feng Shui engine. Right now I'm relying on the Ultra 2 of Jury, which is her, I'm not sure how it's called, but it's basically a damage move with a very slow startup. Whereas the Feng Shui engine, it's actually a very complex ultra, I think, and you really need to know how to work with it. That's why I did not like concern myself with that ultra yet, and that's why I'm that's what I want to do in this month. Uh, Definitely more online practice, because I have to start playing against real opponents, because I need to learn matchups and things like that, and in general need to learn how to play against real people. I'm playing against Ed in our practice sessions, but it's not enough to play one player, because you kind of adapt to what he's doing, or you try to adapt to what he's doing, and it's not the same thing as playing a lot of different people and learning a lot of different play styles and how to play against them. So I need to play a lot, or I plan to play a lot more online. With that said, it's actually still not, this month will not be optimal. I can already tell it right now, because like the past week, which is already was already week 1 of this month, I had to finish like my university projects for this semester. I had 2 presentations that I had to finish, and in general I still had classes where I had to attend and like do homework and stuff. And next week is actually finals week for me, so I'm not gonna practice that much there as well, because I just have to write my finals. University is still important, even if it's not even if I don't have as much university as other people have. Yeah, and only after the 24th of July will I be able to focus 100% on Street Fighter, because well, that's when university stops for me for this semester. I still will have some personal things to handle, which are related to the announcement that I will be making soon on in this video, but I will still definitely have more time than I had the past few weeks, and I hope I will improve faster. So yeah, that's basically the preview for the second month, for the next like 3 weeks I think it is, or 4, I'm not sure. Now we come to the final part of this video, and that's the announcement part, and I actually do have an announcement to make in this video here. And the announcement is that, a little bit of background story. In autumn of 2014, so last year, when I was not even thinking about doing this challenge, I had applied for a spot as an exchange student in Japan through my university. And finally, after 12 months of like going through different selection processes and a lot of paperwork and stuff, I got accepted as an exchange student at Sophia University in Tokyo. So I am going to Japan in September. Sophia is one of the best private universities in Japan, and I'm actually really happy, even if it doesn't show right now. I'm really happy that they actually accepted me as an exchange student. So in September I will be leaving Germany, and I will be going to Japan and staying in Tokyo for the next 10 months. So basically for the remainder of the whole challenge that I'm doing right now. I think, yeah, I think that's actually a pretty big game changer for the whole challenge, because I get to actually travel to the birthplace of Street Fighter and the birthplace of competitive Street Fighter pretty much, and I get to train against players from arguably the strongest Street Fighter scene around the world, because I will be able to practice in Japan and practice online against Japanese players, and also live against Japanese players at local events there. So it's actually very fortunate that the train route that I have to take from my dorm to my university, it actually leads right through Akihabara, which is basically the biggest hub for arcades in Tokyo, and there are a lot of people who are playing fighting games over there in arcades. And also Shinjuku, which is basically, or Shinjuku main station, which is basically the second bigger hub for arcade activity in Tokyo, is also located like only 10 minutes away from the place where my university is. So basically, each day after university, if I had the funds to do it, I could just drop off at Akihabara when I'm going back home, or walk to Shinjuku and just play in the arcade there for hours and hours on end. Obviously, I'm not gonna do that because it's really expensive even over there, so I will actually play a lot more online in Japan than I will be at arcades, but I still want to like go there every week for at least 1 or 2 days. Yeah, that's basically arcades will give me the ability to practice under perfect offline conditions because I'm playing people in person. I have the stress of playing them in person, and I'm also playing at the perfect setup for playing Street Fighter, which is an arcade. Um, uh, Also, I will basically also compete there at local events once my Japanese gets good enough to enter those events and to get through like registration processes and generally being able to understand what the referees are telling me and stuff like that. Yeah. Sadly, there is a downside to it, and that's that the train with me section that I had on my site, which was actually still not very used right now, it will actually continue to exist because I just cannot play from Japan against European players or against US, even against US players. It's not really possible. So I would have to like redo the whole section in Japanese, which is not really possible as my Japanese is not as good as I would like it to be right now. And also because why would I do that? There's an offline scene there everywhere, and there like the internet inside of Japan is just amazing, so I can just play online against people. So I will basically drop that section, which is kind of sad because I took a lot of time to create it and to like do the form and stuff like that. I really wanted to use it a lot, but now I just it will stay up until September, but after that I will just probably hide it from the site and put something else in there. Now, I am really, really happy and really thankful for that opportunity that I'm getting. As I said, I probably am not looking happy enough or not as happy as I probably should look like and as I am, but I'm really, really happy about it. And I also hope that this will give me a lot of progress in terms of my Expert in a Year challenge, but also that I could like also in general for me as a person, because moving to another country and meeting people from there, that's always a good thing, I think. I'm definitely already a lot more motivated to actually keep going in the challenge because I actually will have this chance of playing in Japan and improving there. That said, I'm still kind of anxious about going over there because my Japanese is not good right now. It's actually pretty bad, I think. And I'm also leaving my girlfriend over here and my parents and my friends, so I'm moving there without having, or I have friends over there that I've met at my university over here when they were exchange student, but it's still not the same as having like long-term friends over here and my girlfriend. So that will be definitely, it will be hard, I think. But still, I will just, I don't think there's anything I can do against it. But what I wanted to say, if somebody English speaking or from Europe in general is over there right now, in like preferably in the Tokyo area, and wants to help me or wants to just play against me in Street Fighter or something, just hit me up. You can find, I think, my email on my blog, and you also can just message me on Facebook or on Twitter. I'd be happy to play against you and to meet you there, and I would be really, really grateful for any help that I can get over there in Japan. Yeah, so that's basically, that concludes this, the official sections of this video, I'd say. As usual, I'd be really happy if you could like this video, comment on it, like critique it, tell me what I did right, tell me what I did wrong, and also subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Facebook, on Twitter, or like my Facebook page and follow me on Twitter that way around. And also drop by my blog. I will probably publish an update there soon, a written update. Yeah. All the links can be found to the right side of my face right now in the video, and you also can find all of those links in the description below. As usual, thanks for watching, and until next time, you all keep being awesome.